Hello, my name is Pratyush Kumar Behra and I'm studying in BTech 4th year in National Institute of Technology, Andhra Pradesh. I will be discussing about a project that I have done in my BTech 4th year first sem, which is identification of groundwater recharge potential zones using geospatial techniques. It was done by me, V. Sirichandana and R. Sai Bharadwaj, and it was guided by Dr. Resma Talari ma'am. I will be going through first introduction, then literature review, methodology, work to be done, preparation of maps, validation, results and references. Importance of groundwater. Groundwater is a very important natural resource and it was used for irrigation and drinking purpose. It also plays an important role in dried months. Groundwater also plays an important role in increasing the water levels in rivers. Because of its storage underneath the surface, it is less contaminated with the pollution and hence it doesn't require large investment in treatment. Because of these important aspects, overexploitation of groundwater is done these days, and artificial groundwater recharge is needed in order to use them in future by us and by our future generation. Groundwater recharge is nothing but a hydrologic process where water moves downward from surface to ground level, and it was done naturally and artificially. For artificial groundwater recharge, first we need to find the places where groundwater levels are at higher depths. So to find them, we have various methods are used, among which geological technique, hydrogeological technique, geophysical technique, and remote sensing techniques are used. Among them, remote sensing is the best way, as other techniques require physical appearance at the study area and require so much knowledge to adapt them. Literature review. To proceed further with this project, we followed some research papers, and among them, Senthil Kumar and Shankar in 2019 studied about identification of groundwater recharge potential. They have used water overlay analysis to create the final map considering the thematic maps, and finally they defined the study area with zones having excellent, very good, good, moderate, and poor in terms of groundwater recharge potential. Raju Thappa and Simran Gupta in 2017 studied about identification of groundwater recharge potential. They used combined application of remote sensing, GIS, and MIF techniques, and found an efficient tool in the delineation of groundwater potential zones in Birbhum district, West Bengal. They found that 47% of the total area falls from high to very high zones, indicating that about half of the study area have good groundwater recharge potential. Problems identification. Based on the literature survey, it is clearly visible that most of the studies have done an identification of groundwater recharge potential zones using remote sensing, GIS, and MIF techniques. However, remote sensing and GIS technique combinedly used in most of the cases. In most of the research papers, the resultant map is created by integration of all the thematic layers, though in some papers the final mathematical analysis of the resultant map is not done and is not categorized properly. Objective of study: creation of all the thematic maps and then the creating the resultant map, identification of groundwater recharge potential zones by considering the resultant map. The flowchart shows the overall methodology that we have followed in our entire project. In methodology, first we will create a rainfall map using average monthly rainfall data. Using day maps, we will create slope, lineament density map, and drainage density map. Geologic map and geomorphology map will be downloaded in zip file from Google website. Later, they will be converted to raster file and will be extracted so that we will get a final map respectively. After creating all the maps, weighted overlay analysis method is used to give weightage to all the thematic layers, and then ranking to each classification of the thematic layers, and then to create the final map. And by considering the final map, we will classify the zones as as poor, moderate, and good. So in terms of groundwater recharge potential. So this is the study area. This is Vandara district on which we have done our project, and the study area is in Maharashtra. It is situated in Venganga basin, and it lies in between 20 degree 39 minute to 21 degree 35 minute north latitude and 79 degree 30 minute to 80 degree 5 minute east longitude. Study area map has been created in ArcGIS 10.3 software by using editing features. This is the rainfall map of Maharashtra, and from this rainfall map we can see that in Bhandara district uh, low intensity of rainfall occurs. So in preparation of the final map, we will consider the seven thematic maps, which are among which slope map is one of them. Slope map affects groundwater recharge potential in terms of retention period of water. So, slope map is created from DEM map, and this is the slope map here. As you can see, most of the area is level only, and hence the retention period is more, and naturally groundwater recharge is more here. If you consider slope map, LULC map also helps in retention period of water as well as permeability of water into the ground. So LULC map is created by deriving the Landsat 8 data that is downloaded from USGS website. This is the LULC map. As you can see, most of the land is covered with barren land, which is not very permeable, and so natural groundwater recharge is very less if we consider LULC map. Preparation of lineament density map. Lineament is nothing but impression on ground, and lineament density is length of those impression divided by the area. So lineament density map is also created from the DEM maps, and as you can see from this map, most of the area falls in bad region, so natural groundwater recharge is less here. Preparation of drainage density map. Drainage density is the total length of all the streamers and rivers in drainage basin divided by the total area of drainage basin. It was it was made by considering tools like fill, flow direction, flow accumulation, conditioner, stream order, a line and using finally using line density, the drainage density map is created. In as you can see, the drainage density map falls in good region, so natural groundwater recharge is quite good here. Preparation of geological map. Geology plays a major role in the availability and occurrence of groundwater. The storage of water depends upon the type and porosity of rock formation. Geology maps are generated from Geological Survey of India with a scale of 1 is to 50,000. A SEC file has been extracted from this geological maps by using CLIP in ArcGIS 10.3. In this geology map, we can see that most of the district has gneiss rock. The occurrence of groundwater in metamorphic source is in the weather zones. It can be said that groundwater is restricted to the weather zones. Type of rocks present are composed of quartz, alkali, feldspar, and groundwater depends mostly on type of force formed. Geomorphology map. The identification of different landforms and preparation of geomorphic map are very important in evaluating the groundwater prospects. And the geomorphology map also downloaded from Bhuvan website as SAFE file, and later it is converted to raster file and extracted to get a final map. As you can see in this map, most of the Vandara district has pediment plain which has very good recharge, good for groundwater recharge. South part of Pauni and Lakhandur have alluvial plain which is also very permeable, and remaining portion is covered with floodplain which is also very permeable. Preparation of soil map. Soil texture is an important factor for delineating the groundwater recharge potential zones of an area. The holding capacity and infiltration rate of water depends on soil properties like structure, porosity, and adhesion and consistency. Data has been collected from FAO Soils website and shapefile has been created in the ArcGIS 10.3 software with the required codes and information. As you can see, most of the study area is covered with clay, which is very fine and it is difficult for water to go into the ground. And some and clay loam is a soil mixture that contains more clay than other types of rock or mineral. This makes water to penetrate into the soil difficult. Determining of weight of each layer. To perform weighted overlay analysis, each layer must be given weightage according to the expert's knowledge, literature, and some judgments. That in this table, and the weightage are given to all the thematic maps, ranking are given to the classification. So in this slope map, slope is given of 20% weightage, LULC 20% weightage, line element 5%, soil map 20%, geology map and drainage map are given 10% and 15% respectively. So finally, using weighted overlay tool, the final map is created. As you can see, most of the area is falls in moderately suitable. That is, naturally groundwater recharge is moderate here. That means we need more, somewhat more amount of artificial groundwater recharge validation. We used this map to compare with our map, that is how much it is accurate. So it shows that most part of the study area have a moderate priority for groundwater recharge and results. From the final map, we can see that east and northeast part of the map has greater groundwater recharge potential. That is, less artificial groundwater recharge will be needed. But but maps, most of the study area is in low or moderate conditions, so high amount of groundwater recharge is needed, as I have said. The occurrence and recharge of groundwater in the study area is predominantly controlled by the thematic maps, that is geomorphology, soil, land use, land cover, and slope. Remote sensing and GIS technique used to integrate these various thematic maps and to create the final map. So these are the references that I have used to complete our project. Uh, and
So, if you have any doubt, you can ask me by sending your questions to me related to this topic, and I will try my best to answer your questions. And finally, I want to say that I'm happy that our abstract got accepted, and I'm feeling honored that I got an opportunity to present in this international conference. So, thank you so much.